let's get to your initial thoughts on the Cleveland Browns loss to the Broncos. For me, I was on a barbershop, Tyvis, and you don't see, like last year when I thought they did a gentleman's punt on the game, I was mad. For me, what I'm starting to see and what I see here is this. They got so many people out. They're behind the 8 ball. There's so much room, there's little room for air. Anything that happens during the game is going to be something that is important, that is going to keep you from winning football games. I didn't like the game plan. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought you should have ran the ball a little bit more. We know how that goes. Mm-hmm. But I had a theory. I just felt like Stefanski was like, look, I got DTR. If I'm gonna make any sort of playoff run, if I'm gonna get to where we go, because I can't limp down the finish line, you're gonna have to go and beat people. So if I gotta go beat somebody, I gotta figure out what this guy does best. And the best way to do it is to give him the full playbook, see what he got. I could put the training wheels on him and hope we squeak out a win, but I don't see us doing that down the backstretch. So let me give him an audition to see if he got what it takes, or if I need to move to Joe Flacco sooner or later. What was your thoughts on the game plan and overall, in general, how the Browns move with DTR?
Well, obviously, you remember in the offseason, we watched he did that Pardon My Take interview, and he was talking about nowadays you got to throw to open up the run. And I was like, I don't necessarily agree with that, but I understand what he's saying. And when people look at this, obviously coming into this game, Denver was like the worst rush defense in the NFL. And I think that his problem is that he don't. And I thought he was better at it. I thought it was times at the beginning of this season where he kind of took his playbook and just threw it to the side and just did what works. I think he fails to do that in certain situations. You going out there, Jerome Ford had 9 carries for like 65 yards or something like that. Mm-hmm. That's averaging 7 yards a pop. I mean, running the ball. I mean, that's the obvious thing to do. Even when it was 12-17, you could go out there and still run the ball. At the beginning of the fourth quarter, I think it's 12-17. That they're not really good at running or stopping the run, and you having some success there. And I think Jerome Ford actually was looking for that lane. He get one more block, he sprung free, and I think he got what it takes to take it to the house. So obviously I want him to run more. But with DTR, you're right. You got to find out what you got in DTR. I mean, at the end of the day, like, you got a little security blanket with Joe Flacco, because Joe Flacco beat you last year. So he's still got a little bit left in the tank. But everybody knows that the ceiling of DTR could be unbelievably good, and you got to get this guy some confidence. I think that's the one thing. We know at this point, I think he knows he can play in the NFL. I think he wants to figure out, can he be a superstar in the NFL? That's the thing that he's trying to figure out right now. And the problem is his receiving core is not doing him any favors. Did you notice?
At all.
Did you notice that the only person that could catch the ball from him consistently is Cedric Tillman? You know why? Because Cedric Tillman played with him in high school, so Cedric Tillman know the type of heat that he's throwing. These other dudes got to get on board. They need to turn the jug machine up and understand this dude whipping the ball. Yeah, it's coming high. It's a lot of mustard on it. Make sure you catch it. I mean, he's putting the ball in place. That's 2 weeks in a row that David Njoku dropped a touchdown. That was an absolute dime. The man threw a dime to this man. He ain't doing him no favors. And David Njoku, don't get me wrong, David Njoku works hard. I mean, he was on the jug machine all week last week. And I think he will get it situated. He has to, because for some odd reason, DTR loves David Njoku. He gives him the most targets for the past 2 weeks. This man got to figure it out. And with the injuries that's coming around, y'all can't afford to make mistakes over the course of a game. It's unfortunate to say that, but you guys got to be dang near perfect from here on out, because guys is starting to get banged up.
Listen, we talk about Myles Garrett being banged up. We talk about Denzel Ward coming up. Amari Cooper, he looked like he got his soul lifted.
Listen,
there's a lot of guys. Anthony Walker. Anthony Walker looked like it's a lot of dudes out. And so for me, you got to catch those, to be truthful, bro. You got to catch them. And it's time out for this. Oh, it's my bad.
It's enough of that. Like, bro, this is for David. This is 2 weeks in a row. Like, dude, you said you was gonna fix it. You even called him and said that's on me. I gotta be better. All right, at some point, you got to stop saying it and put it to action. Like, I have to be better. And the shocking part was like when the Coop dropped the 2-point conversion. Like, yeah, he dropped the 2-point conversion play, and that's unlike him. But I don't think people understand the significance of that. You know, you got a chance. I think at that time, what was it? A tie that would have tied the game up, right? Or made it a 3-point game, one of the two. Like that drop was big. Like, it take a lot of energy and momentum out of the game. You get that. And you got us in a either a 3-point game or a tie game. Like, it changes the whole mindset of everybody.
Whole setup.
Team. And it's like I say, it's the little things that's on the field. That little 2-point conversion at that moment, it didn't seem like a lot, but it was very monumental to this team.
You know, listen, I liked what DTR gave you. You know, one of the things that we looked at with DTR was the fact that when you do put a young guy out there, you are exposing him to more hits. You are exposing him to some stuff. You are playing with a left tackle that, you know, is off the street almost. You're playing with a right tackle. DeJuan Jones is injured. And guess what? Wasn't even starting this year. We forget he's a rookie. When you look at what the Browns do best, I just think sometimes, Tyvis, it's almost like the Browns are a smash mouth run team, right? You're a smash mouth run team, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes they just don't look in the mirror and say, look, we would like to run some of these things because they told us this playbook was going to be different, and it hasn't. They thought Elijah Moore was going to be a difference maker. He hasn't.
Hey,
sometimes
he shows up. He show up in the fourth quarter, though, don't he?
I don't understand it, man.
I don't either. That man go 3 quarters chilling, and in the fourth quarter, he just get all kind of separation. It makes no sense.
The Browns is like this. You know how it is. You know how it is being a sneakerhead, right? Mm-hmm. Actually, to be truthful, a lot of people don't get this. Like, you can't be married and be a sneakerhead. All sneakerhead.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Listen, you got it. Look, here's the thing. If you go to the crib and you be at the crib and you just say, look, hey, 3 pair of J's just came out. I need all 3. If your wife catches whiff of all 3 and she try to bargain you down to only 1 pair, you can't be a sneakerhead. Because the price is raising next week. Prices raising next week. They drop today, you paying a premium for them tomorrow, especially if you wear big shoes like me.
That's a fact.
So the Browns, I'm looking at it like this. If you don't run this rock now, and you trying to run it later, there's a premium on them runs. You might be down.
This the thing, though. This the part that makes a little bit of no sense. But, you know, like I said, I'm not a coach. So he do what he do. I ain't going, you know, that's his lane. But from a outside looking in person, the weakest link on your offensive line is what? Your 2 tackles. Whether you got one that you just got on Halloween and then the other one, y'all literally rotate.
Never seen it.
In the court, I've never seen it either.
Platoon tackles?
Literally rotate the right tackle spot over the course of the game. I don't think you should put them in that many passing situations. Like, don't get me wrong. This is a quarterback league. You know, if you got a good quarterback and that's who's ultimately going to win you a lot of games is your quarterback play. But your guards and your center is the only people that's been there from week 1 to today. They have the best chemistry. They understand how to get to the second level. They understand what they need to do, how much I need to chip on this dude, then I can push off. The chemistry is there. You need to install whatever that trap play that the Broncos was running on us. We need to install that expedition.
That was
maybe not against the Rams because Aaron Donald will eat it up. But after that, yeah, it should be in the playbook and it should be a check with me type thing because that play was really good. And I think that's the strength of your offensive line at this current moment.
Man, listen, the guards is playing their souls out right now. But you're right. You brought that up. There's 3 things before we get to break that I've never seen. I've never seen the backup quarterback / backup tight end sneak play. Listen, Kev, I'm told you.
Listen, I'm not mad at that though, because that, you know what, that's one of the ones that eventually it was going to happen, but they had they had so much success. Like it's who would have thought that moment that would happen?
I mean, it's like I'm trying to figure out if Harrison Bryant, if he has incriminating photos on Stefanski, if he's his brother-in-law, is he married into the family? Like, did he do one of your term papers while you was in Ivy League school? Because I'm confused. He gets the most tick without any, like, I'm like, wow, who would think? Let's put Harrison Bryant in there.
You do know that this man was like a Mackey winner in college, right?
I do, but then he lost all of that.
He scored the only touchdown DTR throw.
We ain't seen.
He caught it. And he caught it. How about that?
And he was surprised he caught it. You see how he tucked that thing away? He was like, oh, snap.
He definitely tucked it.
Oh, snap.
Oh, I said, that boy got some heat on that ball. I'm telling you.
He had that spicy Parmesan on that ball, bro. This guy is not playing. Y'all better get on the jugs. This dude DTR is breaking fingers out here. You remember how Mike Vick used to throw the rock? Mike Vick will throw a rock. He'll put the ball. Mike Vick was breaking people's fingers throwing the ball with a flick of the wrist.
Right there. Wow. You be 5 yards away. He'd throw it like you 100 yards away. Wham!
Take something off. Take something off here, bro. A little something, man.